thing, isn't it, to think that Meghan Markle's pushing a TV show all about family, friends, cooking, getting together, and of course being the very best of chums. It's a difficult title to uphold, and more importantly, when the fact that she doesn't speak to seemingly any family members apart from her mother, well, how does it go from there? Of course, she did have a very close relationship, so it appeared, with her father, Thomas Markle, often citing him on her Instagram posts as being really the inspiration behind her. In fact, thanking him for giving her the Markle nose, if you remember that particular post. But now things are turning a little bit tricky, and in particular for the former royal known as Prince Harry. You see, the bottom line is, he wants this to change. And as you can imagine, it's getting a little bit rocky in the world of Montecito. Let me explain. To see you today on this windswept corner here in the very heart of London. Always lovely to have your company. Thank you so much for joining me, and as ever, thank you for enjoying so many of the videos. I'm glad you enjoyed our little longer chat. Absolute privilege to share some of that stuff with you. And yes, thank you. As I say, let's have another chat soon, shall we? It won't take me long to think of things to get annoyed about. Are you the same? Oh, it's 10 minutes and you're off, aren't you? You can think of loads of things by the time you put your mind to it. That's the problem, isn't it? When you get older, you can't really put up with stupidity for much, can you? Well, what do you mean, get on with it, Neil? Yes, I know time's running out. I can see that. Yes, back as ever to your royal story of the day. Family, you know, as I say, is supposed to be everything for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They wanted to build a life outside the British monarchy so that they could have a different life for their children. These children that we now never see, but apparently we're supposed to care about each time a birthday comes around, or in fact they're slighted that no other member of the British monarchy acknowledges the fact that, you know, Prince sort of Archie and indeed Princess Lily are acknowledged. You see how confusing this is. But according to a very well-placed source, Meghan Markle was very keen to teach Prince Archie all about his natural heritage, and in fact they were visibly there when, apparently, according to that source, basically Meghan was showing the coronation of course, King Charles III to Archie. He was asking lots of questions, as one can imagine. He's only a young boy, but apparently very inquisitive. Now, as we know, he's apparently very, very smart, because he was very clever to ask for a very expensive camera that Meghan mentioned, of course, on camera, making sure that there could be some interest and sponsorship, whichever way you want to look at it. You get the picture. But according to a very well-placed source regarding Prince Harry, he is absolutely bereft by the fact, knowing that really his children will now not know their cousins, as it were, of course, George, Charlotte and Prince Louis. And he really wanted to try and rectify this. He thought this was a great move, you know, even if they couldn't get on, could the children at least have some kind of relationship? I kid you not. Now, when you think about it, what planet is Prince Harry on? Maybe he's a little bit fuddled with the things that allegedly he does smoke from time to time, but one way or another, he felt that the children shouldn't be brought into this, and that in fact, really, it wasn't anything to do with the children. Now, at that point, I might possibly agree. But you see, obviously Prince William and Catherine, the Prince and Princess of Wales, feel very dramatically differently. So there are no Zoom chats, there are no swapping of presents, birthday cards, Christmas cards. Nothing happens, despite what these other people keep claiming, literally where they're being interviewed. It just doesn't go on. William doesn't want it, as one can imagine. But apparently, well, Harry's absolutely bereft, very upsetting at points, gets quite teary about the whole situation. Meghan takes it as a matter-of-fact thing. If that's the way it's to be, well, that's the way it's to be. Of course, for Harry, who had a very close family until, of course, he got married, he finds this a lot harder than Meghan, who apparently spent much of the time alone, didn't know her half-sister or indeed her half-brother, and really just only knew Doria when she was there, of course. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.